Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the April 3rd Town of McCandless Activities Advisory Committee meeting. I'm going to call this meeting to order. And we're just going to start going right through the agenda. The first item is Community Day. We have another meeting next Tuesday. Everything's been going well. I think people will be very excited to know that we got a big, nice stage. We're working on some musical acts, and the thing that everybody really loves, which we got some booths again. So the church is going to loan us their booths. We do not have as many as before because A, some have fallen apart, and B, we don't quite have the room for them all anymore. So there will be a limited number of booths, but people will be able to rent or make a donation to have a booth. We're going to have more food vendors this year. We needed a couple more last year. We realized on that. So we've lined up more food vendors. And we're even going to go back to having a parade. The activities will start. I believe we're going to start at 3:30. We're still ironing out everything, but it should start 3:30 with a parade, and from the parade, we will have our usual activities. We'll have probably Michelle's dance studio. We'll have some musical groups, Allegheny Brass Band, and of course, the big highlight, the fireworks. So Community Day is coming together very, very well. It is on September 9th. And Carolyn, some council items.
I guess the one item that we've discussed is the ribbon cutting has been moved. Are you all going to be at that?
It's 7 o'clock on Monday night.
The
Yes,
10th. Yeah.
we have that
Okay. So you, okay.
April 10th. Yep,
So I guess that's it.
that's it for the council. Okay. I'm trying to see. Oh, Abby is online. Do you have anything to announce for the Heritage and Cultural Center?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole and I got word that the EAC, who was planning to do their cleanup days on the 15th and the 22nd, they were planning to do setup and snacks and breakfast for the volunteers in the morning of the 15th from Town Hall. However, it was double booked, and it's the same day that the firemen have their physicals in the Powers room. So they are going to be moved back over to set up on the 15th at the Heritage Center. So Nicole and I will get together about providing them snacks and getting all their supplies together for that morning. I think it starts at 8:30
Yes.
on the 15th.
Wonderful.
For the 15th and the 22nd.
So the
Yes.
15th, just like light snacks, and then the idea for the 22nd is to have like a larger breakfast.
And then, did everyone have a chance to see the flyer that I had made up for the treasures in the trunk?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Great.
It looks great. We're excited to use that flyer. Thank you.
Okay, great. So with all of your approval, I will, I think I want to add like a Town of McCandless logo to the bottom. But we can start advertising for that.
I talked about it today.
Okay,
Okay, so yeah, you can call. I know the important person who runs that is right here on my left, and Christine gave it a big thumbs up. So
Great.
we love the flyer, and you can talk to Trisha and see about putting the logo on and getting it advertised.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, I've used the same one for a couple of years, so that was perfect. And what did it say? Also the give me a second. Sorry, I just lost my train of
Treasures in the
thought.
trunk. Flyer,
No,
Treasures
yes,
in the trunk. Well, we have that listed down
Yeah.
under new business. So
Under-
collect your thoughts for a minute.
Okay,
and
let me
then you can-
collect my thoughts.
Okay, Deb, Heritage and Cultural Center, or
I get
Deb,
it.
Ford, sorry.
Yeah. Is Abby done? Abby, are you through? I'm sorry.
Yeah, until we get to treasures in the trunk again, then I'll.
Yep.
I'm in.
Okay,
Farther down on the agenda.
thank you. So, hello, everyone. Yeah, the fitness court, I'm postponing the open house that we had talked about for a little bit later in the summer, not May 20th. There's too many things going on that day, I'm finding. So I think it would just detract from what we want to do. And yoga will probably begin around June 17th. Our yoga teacher is out of town until then. So I'm looking at that. That's a Saturday. So I'll write that up.
So June
17th.
June 17th. Okay, we'll make note of
And
that.
perhaps, yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I want to double check that before I write it up. And maybe that will be the day that I'll have the open court at the fitness court. So we'll
Okay,
try to organize those two things the same day. And if anybody knows another yoga teacher that we could have substitute when Carolyn's not available, I'd appreciate those names as well.
okay. The Volunteer Development Chair, Dawn Hart.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
To all, no new volunteers at this time.
Okay.
Wait.
Dawn, if I could ask you, excuse me, do you have anybody listed that is a yoga teacher for volunteers by any chance?
Are interested in fitness? I could actually email them and see if it's yoga.
Oh, great. Okay.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Winterfest, Nicole.
No news.
No news. Now we've had another cancellation on the pickleball. Unfortunately, these high winds we've been getting on Saturdays just are not conducive to our events. But we currently have it rescheduled for April 10th at 7 p.m., which is right before a meeting. So with a possible tournament collaboration with us during the summer. So Dawn, I know you're out of town, but maybe you could help with the tournament setup this summer.
Is that something AAC is interested
I
in?
can, can you hear me? So
Yes.
I will try again. To Kelly Sorbo, who owns PTA, which is out in Marshall. She actually has a very healthy pickleball community. And so I again will ask her if she could come out and get, she has 2 instructors there that we're gonna demo and 2 more. Unfortunately, I won't be there. I'm actually getting a knee replacement done in Connecticut and at Yale. So, but I will get in touch with Kelly and make sure that we can actually have a tournament out there. Again, weather, wind, maybe we could hit it sometime in June, because, it's tough because it's wiffle balls, so I'll talk to Kelly and, she has 2 pickleball courts at her place outside. So I think she would be a good resource to say, hey, this is a good time to actually have a tournament.
And I remember she donated so much last
She
year.
has, she
So
did a whole bunch of rackets, balls, yeah. And she's willing, actually, I talked to her, she's willing to actually have some demo rackets for pickleball as well. So let
big
me
shout
talk
out
to her
to
and
her.
see what she thinks. She has 2 outdoor pickleball courts there at her facility. So, she's a good barometer of the weather in Pittsburgh, so.
Yeah, and we just want to really thank her because she really has donated services.
She really has done a lot.
And items, so we appreciate that. Now treasures in the trunk, Christine.
Okay, I know what I was gonna say. Hey Abby, we're already getting spots reservations now, so it must be advertised somewhere because people are emailing for a
Oh,
spot.
Yeah, it's on
They've had
McCandless
tons of
Crossing
emails.
I've seen on
screen and
Facebook
there's
and everything.
flyers all over and it's in Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had tons of people email in already. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know
Right.
how many spaces you have, but we've had a lot.
And Abby, so I was just talking with Trish and she said there's approximately 90 spots.
Oh,
That sounds right. Yeah, I knew
So-
Trish would know that answer.
So she said though, it probably wouldn't work as well like it does down here in our parking lot. Down behind the main building here, because
Mhm.
we would park them. Hood to hood, so that the trunks were facing out and then you'd have your space and then the space in front. Or I guess behind the trunk was where you would lay your goods out.
Okay,
I'm gonna just drive over there right after the meeting and have a look at it and evaluate it.
okay. Are you thinking that you want to move it or?
No, not move it.
I think it'll work. I think we just need to kind of
With-
rethink what it looks like.
Yeah, I've gotta decide, are we gonna put the space for the car and the space beside it for the goods?
Mm,
Or- I just gotta see how it's gonna work, where they're gonna put their actual goods.
got
Lay
it.
a blanket out in front, right by the trunk, or is it gonna be beside it? That's what I have to go look and evaluate it.
Okay.
All right,
It also appeared in McMail that John sent out on Friday too.
okay.
So how many people have you had interested already?
Oh, at least
At least.
a dozen, 15.
30?
I think
Oh.
between 11 and 15.
Yeah.
Boy, I thought there was
I
more.
think it's more than,
We get emails nonstop.
we've been getting a lot of emails. Is it
I don't
15?
think they've all loaded and I-
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
have a spreadsheet that I put everybody that says they want it. Some people just ask, some people haven't committed. So when they say, oh, where do I write my check? That's when I consider them committed.
But you had like 20 or 30 last time.
Oh, I made about 30 last
I
time.
think you had 30.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
And
yeah,
did
'cause
you-
we're pros.
Did we want to invite like a coffee truck or something that morning as
I
well?
thought about that, but I'm not going to, because number one, it's hard to get one. I
Mhm.
tried several last time. It's very hard to get one. And then where are we gonna put the spot? That would be taking up another spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think people that are coming, they'll bring their own coffee. They may only be there for half an hour to an hour and then leave. I just don't feel that the necessity for a coffee. I don't think that when we had it, that it was that successful for the gal. I just don't
Okay.
think it was.
Well,
Well, yeah.
my only thought with that is we'll have a lot more visibility from Ingamore Road. So if people see a coffee truck parked there as they're driving by on Saturday morning, they might be inclined to just stop in. So you might get a lot more. I know last year you had a lot of sellers and not as many buyers as we had wanted.
Right.
So I think the visibility of having use of that parking lot will be better. So
Yeah, and I did actually contact a couple of them already and they said no. I mean, they were already
oh,
booked.
okay.
So that's why I'm not even gonna worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
I-
That's fair.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could hook
And-
something up with Chubbs for coffee somehow, but I mean, that
Oh.
wouldn't enhance visibility, but maybe we could get like I don't know.
Cause they're right across the street there, aren't they?
Yeah,
Right.
or maybe Duncan would donate some, one of
Yeah.
their things. I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
you can.
Or we
work-
could we could use some of the money to purchase that coffee and then, charge for it at Dunkin' and from Dunkin'. Cause you do make a little, what are you gonna do with that?
We prefer
you could-
donations, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
feel
well,
that-
of course,
we-
if you can get a donation, that's always good.
Did
But
people
I had a
ask for
question
coffee
too.
last year? Is that?
No.
No,
No.
nobody
Okay.
cared. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. I
Yeah.
think when you're
The
out
coffee
shopping.
was
hard
good. The
to-
year before, I know,
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
the coffee because it was a little chilly in the morning and it was nice to have coffee. But, it's totally your call. But I did have a question, as far as shoppers. I think that's the key. And some people I saw comments that there weren't enough browsers. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas how we could get more people to the spot with it.
Yep.
Yeah, with Abby's flyer is really nice, but what do we do with it? You know, where do we put it? Did John put it in the Trib, in the announcements? I'm thinking that goes,
It was in McCandless, not McCandless, it was in McMail.
McMail.
It was in McMail, and he'll put it on Facebook. We got the ad today that Abby put out, and so he'll put that on our social media posts between Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook.
Right.
does it go in the Trib? Can he put it in the Tribune Review, the North Hills?
Don't typically advertise in the newspapers anymore because those kind of ads are expensive, like a couple $100 or
No,
more.
these are free. Stuff like this. I just put one in for something. It's free. They,
I was actually gonna email Natalie Beneviat with a couple of our schedule of events for the Heritage and Cultural Center. And definitely include this this event as well. And she's always looking for, you know, community events. I know she publicizes the library's schedule of events too, so.
oh, that would be
We
great.
love free.
That'd be-
Um,
Yeah, that's free. I mean, I know they do it for free. And that way we would reach maybe people from North Hills, Ross Township, you know,
Mhm.
places that we typically wouldn't, be
And if we
reaching.
ask too, when they post it on Facebook, like maybe even make a little mention, like, please share in your next door groups or neighborhood groups, because I know a lot of times that's how I see things, is people sharing it in my like next door neighborhood.
And you know what else? I really think if they made a few signs and we just had them printed up nice and we reuse them every year where it says treasure and trunk sale today at town hall, and you know what I mean? Where everything's.
this
just stick it on
Saturday.
the-
Yeah.
Saturday, then we stick it on the corner and then we can
Mhm.
attach balloons because that's easy.
Right, I
You
think
know,
if you
that
just
will
made
catch
this
attention.
Saturday, because then you could use it year after year.
Exactly.
Right, great
Yeah.
idea, great idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was gonna say, well,
It was only like 2 or 3 and I don't even remember. It was like out from town
They-
hall, but.
They
none of
keep
them-
them down below if they kept them.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
there, see for there.
Yeah.
because
Um,
if you don't have shoppers, then people don't want to come. Also, the people that are signing up, you know, tell them to spread the word. Don't forget to tell your neighbors or whatever. You know, if we have that list,
Good,
Yeah.
send them an email.
okay. Earth Day cleanup, anything besides what we said earlier?
Nope, that's as far as our end is, that's pretty much what we have planned. We're also having a raffle. Amy donated tickets to the gala, which is very exciting. That's gonna be sort of like the grand prize. For volunteers to be able to enter to try to win. And then
Good.
we're also gonna have, I've reached out to a few different. Like restaurants and bakeries and stores to see if they would donate like a gift card or something so that we can have a raffle for volunteers. So for example, like the oldest piece of trash, the most
Oh.
unique piece of trash, and then people can enter themselves, like kind of nominate themselves in their piece. And then if it's, you know, what's pulled, win a prize. So we're having
Great,
kind of like a
very
little
clever.
raffle as well.
I like
Um,
it.
Yeah, and then the EAC is taking care of everything on their end in terms of the cleanup.
Good,
So it should be nice.
good.
Oh, that sounds good. We could have like a prize for the people from the ward, like, you know, Ward 7 has 5 people, Ward 1 has 3, you know, whatever.
I
or
like
something.
the most trash is my favorite because
Yeah.
that means somebody's really picking up.
Hustling, you're
Yeah,
So we
hustling.
need to
Yeah.
give that
That's a
one.
good one too. That's
So we
also
have, like,
good.
Most unique,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
My son just found a ring in a creek today while he was out on his bike and I'm like, what? It's a silver ring. So I'm like, should we post it? Because it's.
Right, it's lost, yeah.
Yeah. and I'm
Yeah,
like,
put it down, take it down to the
Bring it
town.
down.
I found car keys on
Yeah.
McCandless Drive. I found a lot of things. I
Yeah.
find wallets.
I think I'll be informed. Okay, public comment. I see that we have a person here. I know you might want to mention the.
I'll take that invitation. Yeah, I'm Amy Seal with Northland Public Library, and as Nicole mentioned, we are getting ready for our largest fundraiser of the year, the Garden Gala, and it is on Saturday, April 22nd. We are getting close to a sellout, so if you want to come, you should get your tickets now. Just go to northlandlibrary.org, and it's going to be fun.
Where
We've got
is
at the
Right
library.
at the library.
We
I've attended
transformed the
before.
library. It's We have a new theme this year, so it's going to look different. We've got some new activities coming. So if you've been before, you still got to come this year because
It's a wonderful event.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What is the theme, Amy? I may
It's
ask.
an enchanted evening, so
Oh.
it's sort of like secret garden kind of, you know.
Oh, very
thing,
nice.
So it's going to be fun.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Is it
Amy.
dressy, Amy? Is it dress up?
People wear all different things.
Yeah, we've had people in the past, you know, dressing with the theme, like garden dresses
Mhm.
and floral kinds of things, but
And what's the-
whatever you feel comfortable.
What's the cost?
Believe, oh gosh, I think it's $70 a person, but
Yeah.
we'll have, you know, alcohol and food
Yeah.
vendors there and auction baskets.
It's a really nice
It'll be
evening.
great.
I've gone to it.
Oh, that's fine.
Any other comments? Seeing none, we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend. Happy spring.
Happy.
Happy